It is so good to finally see you in person. I think when you came in to Eswatini Railways, there was COVID.
That's correct.
So we've only ever done this virtually.
Yes, I'm afraid so. And I'm so happy to also see you in person.
So let's catch up from our last conversation, which I think was a while ago. How is Eswatini Railways doing? How's the Eswatini Rail-Link project going? What's new? What's finished? What's happening?
Thanks, Philippa. As you've rightly pointed out, that when I joined Eswatini Railways, it was in the height of COVID. So everything was not working as it should. The borders were closed, so it just meant that we're not getting any customers coming through. But we managed to ride that wave, which is proof to the fact that railways are very resilient, because the COVID equipment had to come somewhere overseas, and the railway was there to help facilitate those activities. And then also we were able to then work with our employees, because we had to protect them from COVID, because people were dying, unfortunately. So we had to make sure that we had our train crews fit and safe. So we came up with innovative systems of working. As you know, Eswatini Railways is a transit railway. We are bang in the middle of everybody else. So we have Mozambique on one side and South Africa on the other side. So the interaction with our neighbours, the train crews from our neighbours, this had to be managed very well. So we actually created what I'll call capsules. So the train driver from Eswatini will pull up his load to the South African side, hook up his load and back to Eswatini. So and Mozambique as well. So that so in a way we didn't suffer a large number of fatalities. I think it's less than 10 people that actually lost their lives, and may God rest their souls. Then moving forward, on the Swazi-Link is also happening. We are in the middle of the resettlement exercise. Very soon there will be an RFP for funding. As you're aware, there was an EOI for funding that went out, I think it was last year. But the team, both TFR and Eswatini Railways, have been working very hard to get that through. And so that's an exciting one. And there's other opportunities that have come about, which I think we'll be unpacking in this meeting, in this conference.
Okay, so welcome back. If you've noticed the background has changed, it's because we had to stop and we're regrouping. I'm joined by Nixon, and I think we were in the midst of discussing the Eswatini Rail-Link. And you'd spoken about the burial and the EOI, and now there's one more element.
The RFP.
There we go.
Okay, so the request for proposals for funding, as you're aware, this is quite a big capital project. The railway organization, so this is TFR and ESR, found it prudent that they should actually go out to the market and through the EOI and just get an indication of whether this will be something that private funders would like to participate in. And so the response that we got from the market was quite positive. And so the next step really was then to float this RFP. I'm happy to say that this RFP in terms of getting out to market is quite imminent, so watch this space.
I know Eswatini is a transit railway, but are you doing any further development? Are you considering any other projects? Is there potential for growth of your network?
That's an important question. And this is what I'm about as a head of the SARA. We are tasked by government to make sure that we provide a complete logistics solution. We are, unfortunately, in a situation where we don't get any subventions from government. So we have to make the railways work, and we must make sure that we generate enough revenue to feed ourselves, but also pay the shareholder his dividend. Our shareholder here is the Eswatini government. Under our current strategy, we have 3 pillars, which is business diversification, stakeholder management, and systems integration. The business diversification one carries a very high portion of our time because we have to constantly see what else we can do as an organization. Instead of, yes, it's good to have transit traffic coming through, but we have no control of what comes through the country. So there's a number of initiatives. We have struck strategic alliances with some of the clients, and also we've considered intermodal operations. For instance, instead of having traffic coming through Eswatini via rail only, some of the traffic comes in by trucks. It is loaded onto trains, which then take the commodities to the ports. It could either be Maputo or Durban. And we found that that works quite well. And then also we have just about to complete, in fact this should come into operation July time, a new dry dock. So it's an inland container depot, which means that it will enable us to bring commodities by road onto this dry dock and then for loading onto trains. So you're looking at bulk sugar, alcohol, that's like industrial alcohol, as in ethanol.
Nothing we can
not spirits. We are also very close to the miners in Eswatini. Eswatini is looking at re-establishing some of the mines that had maybe ceased to operate, and some of them which will be actually starting from scratch, and some of them have their operating licenses or running out, or they've just run out of the product. So we anticipate going to be a catalyst for further growth of Eswatini Railways. There's further things that one could say, but I guess as they say, watch this space. But the key thing is we would like Eswatini to be a proper transit hub. So not just for commodities, bulk commodities as in your minerals, but also any other commodity that could be transported through Eswatini or could originate from Eswatini and serve the rest of the region. We think the model is working, as seeing if we look at the figures from last year to where we are now, there is progress. We're not where we would like to be at the moment, but we think we're on the right track.
Okay, well, I think that's a good summary. And again, it's lovely to have you in person.
Thanks, Philippa, and I really appreciate this time because it helps me spread the word that Eswatini is in business and the railways are in business. Thank you.